If you would like to know how to help your restaurant during this coronavirus pandemic, stay tuned and we're going to take you step by step through our guide to supporting sales for your cafe or restaurant during this time. Don't forget, if you would like to hear more about starting or growing a cafe or restaurant, or food business for that matter, make sure you subscribe, press the bell, and you'll get notifications every time we release a new video. Hi, I'm Rowena and I'm from Food Marketing. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. I'm a food consultant, and over the years I have worked with literally hundreds of food-based businesses, predominantly cafes and restaurants, to really grow their sales and skyrocket their revenue. So if you'd like to hear more about how you can support sales for your cafe or restaurant, make sure you tune into our video series. Okay, so let's get into it. Here are our top 5 ways that you can support sales for your cafe or restaurant during coronavirus. Number 1 way is you really need to analyze your numbers. You actually need to know whether you're better off closing down or remaining open. So look at your fixed costs, which during this time can't change, like your rent. You need to know how many sales you need to make and what the margin is on those sales to ensure that you're making it an informed decision as to whether it's better off to open or close. Now, in every part of the world, lockdown is different. I know in some areas of the world there are restrictions around dine-in. It can be takeaway only. This is really going to impact your average transaction value. So you really need to assess your numbers. And I'd just like to say at this point, there is no failure in closing during this time. If you're not making enough money to remain open, close your doors, regroup, assess your profitability moving forward, and ensure that your business actually survives, so that when lockdown ends and you can open again for business, you actually have a business to reopen. Second top tip is ask for help. So there are so many government supports in place in many countries around the world being impacted by coronavirus to support small business. So see what you're actually entitled to. So get on to your accountant, your financial planner, your tax advisor, whoever you might go to for assistance. I know a lot of governments around the world have great online facilities, and really hear about what type of support you're entitled to. There are small business loans. There are support measures in place for the payment of staff. There are so many entitlements, but the problem is that there are a lot of restaurants who actually just don't realise the amount of support that's out there. Another great place to go to for support is your Restaurant and Catering Association. So they have some great free resources. If you're a member, you'll be able to access even further support. So our second top tip is put that hand up and ask for help. Okay, before we go on to our third top tip, I'd actually like to ask you, what are you struggling with the most with your cafe or restaurant during lockdown? Let me know in the comments below, and then I can answer some of your questions directly. So put your hand up and let me know what you're struggling with, and I'd love to share some support and advice for you. Okay, now moving on to the number 3 tip is fire up that marketing. You need to communicate with your target market. Let them know what's happening. Are you staying open? Are you closing? Do you have a restricted menu? How long do you foresee this going for? Are you delivery only? Are you allowed eat in? What's happening? So let your loyal followers not only know what is happening, but how they can best support you. So because of the cost of delivery platforms, for some people it might be that you would like them to support you through your own delivery platform or own delivery network. For other people it might be that you would like them to support you by prepaying through a voucher system for dining meals that they can redeem at a later date, just to keep your cash flow healthy. So let your customers know what's happening, ask for their support. One thing for sure is most people really want their local cafes and restaurants to be there when lockdown ends, so they want to support you now to ensure that you don't go out of business. Number 4 is it's time to pivot. So for most businesses, that will be to be pivoting to a delivery-only model, because most businesses are not allowed to have dining customers at the moment, depending on where you're located around the world. But I know in Australia, we are not allowed to. We can only have delivery-based businesses. Look As I mentioned before, delivery platforms have really high margins, so look at the margins and assess whether it might be more cost effective for you to actually use your current staff as delivery drivers. Remember, this will have a big impact on things like the insurance of your delivery vehicles, or with your staff using their own vehicles. It might change the award wage that you're currently paying them as well. So really look at all your employment obligations before you make a decision of using your own staff for delivery. But for sure and for certain, in any case, whether you use delivery platforms or your own model, now is the time to pivot. So yes, it could be a delivery model. There's other great ideas too. A lot of people are starting to do meal boxes. So they're either pre-assembled, pre-cooked meals that are being delivered to people's homes, or it could even be a subscription model. So one night a week, 2 nights a week, we will deliver your dinner to your door at a specified time. So really think about what you can do at the moment to make money. You really need to still be getting cash in that door to cover those fixed costs. Okay, and our last top tip for supporting sales for your business during coronavirus lockdown would be to really look at your menu. Now is the time to rationalize. You want high volume, high demand items that only have a really strong profit margin. You also need to think about, are these items suitable for delivery? So go through your menu. It is not unusual at the moment to see restaurants and cafes operating with literally half a dozen menu items, and they're the favorites. They're the things that people go to them for in any case. But let's really think about what those menu items are. Now is not the time to have a menu that is not going to deliver well. And when I say deliver well, you don't want people getting your food from your restaurant home or received to their door via a delivery person, only to open the takeaway boxes and find that the quality of the food has really deteriorated during the delivery process. So think about how the food will travel and really think about the packaging you use. Will it retain its heat but also preserve the integrity of those menu items? But most of all, you want a really short, succinct menu item with high profit margins. And I'll tell you why that is, because if you think of all the ingredients that you need to order to produce a really lengthy menu, you think of the waste at the moment if you're not getting the walk-through traffic and you're not getting the in-room dining customers. So let's have a really restricted menu. So it's going to have a really great impact on kitchen efficiencies for a start. You need menu items that are in demand with a high profit margin. That's going to really help with your profitability. And you need things that are going to travel well for people to take home or going to be home delivered. Now, as a measure of support, we have created a coronavirus checklist for you to help you work through your business and work out what measures you really need to implement to really impact your profitability and survivability over the next couple of weeks, hopefully, and not months. So go to the link below, make sure you download the checklist and follow the step-by-step guide to trying to preserve the profitability and long-term sustainability of your business. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you press the subscribe button and hit that bell, and then you will be notified every time we drop a new video. So we're here to support you. It's really difficult times in an industry where margins are so slim and facing the coronavirus pandemic. We would really like to support you in the very best way we can. So make sure you subscribe and hear more words of support and advice during this difficult time.